There we go. Okay, now we'll start. I wanted to make sure I recorded this, remember, for my students. So like I said, my name is Dr. Lynn, and I'm going to give you a few things from my yoga dance class that I teach. Now, the yoga dance class I teach on Wednesdays, and that has about 30 minutes of yoga and then 30 minutes of simple dance. The idea behind that is when you want to put together a full, complete exercise program, this should be something that has to do with stretch, with balance, with aerobics, and also has to do with building, flexibility. So we put all of those things together in one quick hour. So what I want to do is share a few of those things with you guys today. So I might ask you all to stand up, and you can please, if you would, take your shoes off, and we're just going to kind of relax, and I'm going to take you through some really, really simple ideas and exercises. So I'll give everybody a minute to do that. Go ahead and take your shoes off and get yourself standing up. All right. First thing I'm going to talk to you about is something that people bring up to me all the time. It's called belly fat. And that's what happens, as we get older, people tend to get a little more around the middle. One of the things that they found in a study is they found that people who were living like in African type cultures, or more primitive cultures, did a lot more squatting than they did sitting. And what happens with that is when you squat, your body produces something called lipase. And lipase is like a little messenger that goes up through your body and says, okay, I need to stabilize the fat in the body. Too much sitting, we don't burn off those extra calories and don't stimulate the lipase. So what we do in my class is we do some squats. So I want everybody to come, and we're going to do a squat all the way down as far as you can. Now you guys just go ahead and hold here. I'm going to drop all the way down. This would be a full squat down here. And it's always good to kind of sit here for a few minutes. But if you're not there, come on up here. I will come up here and hold this squat. And I'm going to show you a little thing we're going to do here. Okay, we're going to do 1, 2, up, down. 1, 2, up, down. 1, 2, up, down. And 1, 2, up, down. Really simple thing. And all you have to do is think, okay, I'm in the kitchen, squat. I'm in the bathroom, I'm brushing my teeth, do a little squat. Little things you can do to make sure the functionality of your body continues to work. Because the most important thing that we have to pay attention to is our function as we grow older, being able to do the everyday things that we all enjoy doing. All right, the next one we're going to talk about, I'm going to talk about your edge. Now that means that one of the things with aging is balance. We have to really continually work on our balance. You begin about age 30 to lose your sense of balance. So we want to bring that in and work on that on a regular basis. That's what yoga helps us do. And it's pretty easy when you stand up nice and tall and you can find your center and you have your balance. But when we lose our balance is when we're in the peripheries, when we're out on the outer banks of who we are. So we're going to work our nervous system paying attention to the periphery of our being. First thing I want you to do is just lift your arms up over your head. And when you do that, you'll feel that you're lifting from your shoulders. Drop down. Now watch the difference when we take our fingertips, and there's all kinds of nerve endings in your fingertips. And I want you to push out through your fingertips, come up and down into your center. Pay careful attention. We're going to do this again. You'll realize that all the muscles are engaged and working, not just the shoulder muscles. So here we go. Take your fingers down and you're pushing out, and that helps you to maintain your balance up and down. Take a deep breath and let it go. We got a couple other people that have come in, so I want to admit them. We'll let them come in and they'll can pick up where we are. Welcome to the class, everyone. Okay, so those are kind of some things. Now we're going to do another thing on balance. I want you to have your feet all the way out. And this is why I want you to have your shoes off, because it's good to take your shoes off and stretch and exercise your feet. Because let's think about your feet for a minute. They are your foundation. And if the foundation is weak, the house is going to crumble. Think about every day the pressure you put on your feet to carry you upright and how important they are. So our feet are straight out. This is called toe yoga. So we're going to put your toes into the mat and just kind of get your sense of balance. Kind of a nice feel. Now quiet your mind, pay attention to your body. I want you to lift your big toes and keep the little toes on the mat. And you'll notice the body takes, the muscles change as they strive to keep you in balance. Now drop the big toes down, keep the big toes in the mat, roll the rest of the toes up, and you'll feel a different sense of your body working in space to hold its balance. But how great it feels, let's drop the toes down where you're totally here in balance. Your feet are very important in keeping also your balance, as well as all the wonderful places they have to take you. All right, the next one I get questions about all the time, and that's called brain fog. And that happens as you're getting older. But it's been said to me, or I read somewhere, that it's not so much, younger people, they can move things real fast. But as we get older, because we have so much in here, maybe our recall isn't as fast, but we are better at solving problems and making decisions. And I would say that's pretty true, because that comes with some wisdom. But your brain can get foggy from not sleeping, from stress, anxiety, poor diet, all of the things that we've all kind of been experiencing a lot of this last year with COVID. So I wanted to do a couple things about your brain. And one of them is we're going to bend forward and kind of take a whole fresh blood and let it kind of come up towards your brain and feed all of the cells in your brain. Bend your knees slightly. And I want you to relax your belly. Now, most times we're told to keep our belly in, but just relax your belly and the shoulders should be really loose. And we're going to come on down slowly, bending down towards the floor. Take yourself all the way down. Don't let your fingers touch the floor. Keep them just above the floor and drop your head. Now, you guys hold the pose. I'm going to come up a little bit so I can explain. Now that you're down there, I want you to focus right on your jaw and drop it. And you'll feel something really let go in your neck and your jaw, how your body is down there. Start to swing your arms back and forth. And while you're doing that, take some deep, long breaths. You are clearing the mind of clutter and at the same time bringing in some nice, fresh, warm blood. Your skin should be feeling warm. And you're driving oxygen up to your brain. And those things are essential for keeping your brain sharp. Think about this. You wouldn't want to lose your memory. How important is your memory? It allows you to recognize your loved ones and all the things around you. And with that said, everyone, stop your hands and start to bring yourself back up slowly. Very slowly, back up and shoulders back and relax. Good. All right, now I'm going to bring you down to the mat or onto your floor, your rug, wherever you are. We're just going to do a couple more exercises. And this one, I want you to come down to the mat by pushing your belly back and your hips out, because we want to consciously move down towards the floor. Hands are down, and then we are on our knees. Now we're going to go in and do a down dog, the down dog and to a plank. And this helps to build strong bones. It's very important that you keep your skeletal self strong. So roll under, drop down, And let your head go in between your shoulders. Drop your head and hold. Now roll up on the balls of your feet and come forward, and you're going to go into a little plank, and we're going to bend the elbows, push back up, and roll back. Come up on the balls of your feet. We're just going to do 2 of these. Come down, hold. You're using your body weight to build strength in your bones. And then drop your knees and let it go. Come down into a child's pose. Relax your shoulders and your arms. Put your forehead onto the mat and relax, putting a little bit of pressure on your belly area for your digestion. And hold and take a couple deep breaths. Now bring yourself back up. We're going to come up. We're going to do just 2 more things, and these are for your digestive system. Now, your digestive system is extremely important to your health. The microbiota in your gut, by the way, is unique to you. You are the only one who has this microbiota in your gut. And it's really important to keep that healthy because it affects your immune system. It affects brain fog. It affects your bones. It affects everything in your whole being. So here's a couple of exercises that we want to do to kind of strengthen and work the digestive system. And it's called the cat-cow. So you're going to take a breath and drop your head down, arch up, and then from the belly, come up and lift and look out. Notice you are stretching and working everything up through the digestive system. Let's go down again, and then up, and hold. From the throat all the way down where everything takes place, digestion, assimilation, and elimination, 3 things essential to life. All right, keep your hips up. Last one, reach out. This is called puppy pose. And you're going to drop your forehead down on the mat and stretch your arms out as far as you can in front of you. And again, give it that long stretch. And as you're doing that, take a couple deep, long breaths right into the belly. And then let's walk this back, come around, and bring yourself into an easy pose, sitting position. That's either you can be crossing your legs, or if you want to sit in a chair, it's up to you, just to kind of relax. And I always end my class with something that I've written. We always have a class lesson, something that we worked on. This week we were working on digestion. And then I always try to wrap it up with something that kind of leaves you in your consciousness something to think about. So sit quiet and for a moment, and we'll begin to close. Eating is a magical ritual where we transform our food into health, vitality, clarity, and balance. Observe yourself when you eat. Enjoy the food by paying attention to your moods, how and what you eat. If you get quiet and listen, you will discover that food is really just condensed light and sound. Be still and listen, and your body, mind, and soul will support you through this wonderful journey known as your life. Charles Schulz, the cartoonist, said, "All you need is love, but a little chocolate now and then doesn't hurt." And with that, bring your hands into prayer. Take a nice deep breath. Let it go. And I say a namaste to you. May you go with health, happiness, and peace. And I will now come over and I will switch the camera back and turn off the recording and just chit chat for a moment with all of you. And thank you so much for showing up tonight.